Hello everyone, it's Andrea, welcome back. Today I will give you my opinion on the state of Insurgency Sandstorm right now. Remember that everyone's experience will be different, and even if you don't enjoy the game for many reasons, someone might enjoy it for other reasons. So in this month's Insurgency Sandstorm I received updates with new maps, new weapons, new scopes, bug fixing, trying to improve even more the performance of the game, and also balancing the maps. I've seen new cover, new spots to prevent spawn killing, which have been blocked, which is always a great thing. We've also seen new game mode for the cooperative mode, one in which enemy bots will rush you in melee, I believe it's called Frenzy, with special enemies with more resistance. Some of them will be on flames, some of them will blink and be invisible, which is, despite not being realistic, it's actually pretty fun. And also we have a new hardcore cooperative mode in which you remove the heads-up display, and it's much more difficult and requires a lot of teamwork. And we've also seen new cosmetics and many quality of life improvements in the game. And regarding my opinion, first I want to talk about the maps. The maps look amazing and feel amazing. The level of detail is amazing. Regarding the gameplay, if you've seen the video I've done months ago about the state of Insurgency, you know that I believe the maps don't really fit the push game mode, because I believe they are too large, there are too many angles to cover, and those maps rely a lot on a good dynamic between commander and observer, and the system, in my opinion, is not one of the best, and I talk about it in the video I made months ago. You can watch it if you want to know why I don't like the dynamic between observer and commander right now. But what surprised me the most was the cooperative side of the game. This side is improving, and experiencing it right now, you see a community which is 0% toxic. You can lose and nobody cares, in the sense that nobody will be toxic, nobody will point out bad teammates or anything like that. Most of the guys in cooperative are very chill and very good to play with. And also many like to communicate, something that you don't see often in multiplayer modes, in my opinion it's even more important. I can also see the arcade modes switch from time to time. Team Deathmatch has been removed, and now we have Frenzy, and it might change in the future. And it reminds me a lot of Overwatch, in which the arcade modes changing depending the time of the year, or depending on which event is current at the time. And I understand why they might do it. Maybe they want to test the waters for the future game, or see which game mode might work the most, or maybe they don't want the player base to spread out too much and limit the game modes for that reason. Also, new game modes for the cooperative mode might come in the future, and I'm really happy to see that, and I'm really happy that they saw the potential on the cooperative side of the game. Regarding the game mode push, a way to improve it, in my opinion, is to make use of all the map. Right now the maps are too large, and it's very difficult to cover all the areas with one objective at a time. What, in my opinion, would be a good idea is making optional objectives for each objective. For example, you have to capture A, but at the same time A is on the middle, and on the sides you see two optional objectives. One, you have to destroy a cache, and the reward for the attackers doing their objective might be maybe an extra spawn or an extra wave, or you can also make it that that area is now restricted to the defenders and the attackers can move to the area safely. And you can make another optional objective, which might be recover the intel like in the original Insurgency, and go back to your base with that intel. If you do that, you can make the enemy reinforcements come 10 or 20 seconds later, or you can make the enemy spawn a bit farther away, and there are many ways to do it, and in my opinion this will keep things much more interesting. The defending team has to spread out and see which way they want to defend, and in my opinion, even for the attackers, having to destroy something or getting intel, that's fun for everyone. If you want to be the sneaky guy, you go for the intel. If you want to be the explosive guy, you go for the cash. Regarding explosive, I believe the Suicider class or special class need to enter the game. We've seen the cooperative mode, they've done the special classes with the special abilities. It will be fun to see in push mode some of the special classes. I can understand why the Suicider bomb has not been introduced in push mode, maybe to avoid people making articles on the game how you can play as a suicide bomber and avoid all the negative attention. But at the same time, it's a game that you shoot people, you throw explosives, so I don't see why not adding it. And to make it balanced, maybe add the grapple, something that gives a little bit more mobility and way to flank, and make it the class interesting and useful at the same time. And I believe that just adding that class, many YouTubers will make a video just for that, and laughing and having fun together. And adding special gadgets to certain classes will make them much more interesting, with new game styles and new way to keep the players interested, obviously in a balanced way, like similar to Rainbow Six Siege. Another thing that might be interesting would be the addition of a new type of fire support. Instead of focusing on explosions and helicopters, which are amazing by the way, is to add an assault wave, basically using the AI that you developed for the cooperative modes, and adding a wave of AI rushing the enemy objective, in which players can blend in and try to rush all together. In my opinion, that would be amazing for both the defending team and the attacking team, because the defending team has more people to shoot at, and the attacking team has now more chance of sneaking inside the objectives. And I know that many of those ideas are limited by the engine, maybe limited because they might take a lot of frame rate or factors that I don't know about. But the thing is, if you're going to make a new game, don't try to play on the same formula, because the formula was that adrenaline pumping in which you have no heads-up display, you have to look for yourself, you don't know if you kill the enemy. But now we have those games, Battle Royale, which in my opinion do the same thing, and people are drawn more to those type of games when it comes down to adrenaline. So we have to find, the team has to find a way to make a game mode feel fresh. And I know that many will hate me for it, but an invasion game mode on Insurgency will be my dream come true. I love invasion and I love long games. I know the average for players might be 10, maybe 15 minutes of game at a time, but I remember in Day of Infamy going on invasion for long periods of time, and those games that will never end with so many waves. It would be nice to see it in the next game. Regarding the competitive modes or other game modes, I refrain to give my opinion because there are better players suited for giving advice in that room. Because I don't play competitive much, I don't play game modes like Firefight or Skirmish often. So regarding the weight system or the balance of the weapons and anything like that, there might be players more suited for it than me. But if I have to give my opinion, I would say that I enjoy the most the moving slowly and not making any sound and picking around corners type of game than moving and twitch shooting all the time, something that you see more on the competitive side of the game. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This is it for Insurgency Sandstorm, and in the previous videos I saw someone recommending me Screaming Steel for a mod for Day of Infamy, and the next video might be about it. I really want to try it, see. There is also, I saw an armor system and new weapons. I really want to try it, and I might make a video for it. So guys, stay tuned for that and I'll see you on the next video.